Honestly, being gay in Poland is stop complaining about what happens in Poland and leave if you don't like it. The reason I say that, bro, is because the negative experiences that I felt or experienced.
But when you look at Polish history, with all the wars that happened in Poland, it was the woman that held the house down. It was mama and babcia that raised the kids, that taught them about life, that pushed them forward, that held the country in entirety together.
The first time I released this video, something powerful happened. Over 500 of you jumped in the comments, many defending Poland, many rejecting the idea of immigrants, and some simply trying to understand. That's exactly why I started Warsaw Confidential. Not to promote, not to attack, but to spark dialogue. So today, we continue another chapter. More voices. Once again, 50% positive, 50% critical, because that's the truth. This is what immigrants in Poland really think, part 2. Taking into account, and I'm going to try to say this as politically correct as I can, taking into account my DNA heritage, especially the skin of my color, how can I safely raise my kids here in Poland?
Well, I would say the Poland's changing quite a bit. If you look out the window, you're going to see people like you every single day in terms of skin color. Personality might be different. There's no one like Kamal. Poland, for me, is the most fantastic country to grow a family in. It's very family-oriented. It's incredibly safe. You look at the crime statistics for Poland and the UK, it's unbelievable, the difference. Drug use is much lower. Gang violence is much lower. We don't have the stabbings or the shootings. There's gun ownership in this country, okay? There's people walking around with pistols and rifles right now. It's 20 shootings a year. Nothing for a country of almost 40 million people. This is a very safe country. You know, parents really do care about safety as well. I can't speak for your lived experience, to use a politically correct expression. But I do know one thing. I wouldn't want to raise my children in any other country on this beautiful place we call the planet Earth.
Thank you so much. I'm reassured now. I just need to find the mother. Please send here's my number, guys.
I'll ask my wife if she's got some friends, Kamal.
You know, when I first came, I would say a lot of people just, you could see they didn't have any money. They were not that they were dressed poorly or something, but you know, they were not happy, generally not happy. Yeah, not happy walking around, going to the shops. And you know, now and over the years, you can see a lot of people have some money. Maybe not rich, but they have some money. They're making money. They're buying. You know, you go to the mall, it's full, right? I don't know what they're buying there, but they're going to the mall, and all the malls are full in these outlet centers. So I would say they've got some money to buy new clothes. When I came, you know, in '94, there was very little traffic, and almost the only cars on the road, I won't say only, but almost the only ones were company cars. So I think you had like, I don't know, probably like Nokia must have had 1,000 cars. So everyone that was a sales guy at Nokia had a car, right? It was like, or Siemens or any of these other companies. So, sorry. So a lot of the cars on the road really were company cars. And, you know, with big Siemens on the side or Nokia or Coca-Cola or something. And, you know, you could see people were driving them with logos on the cars for their family business, for their family and their private life. So I think it was really like, hey, I need a company car. I can put my wife in there, put the kids in there. We'll use it on the weekends. So I would say you can see people over the years, you know, now you don't see that many company cars on the road and rarely on the weekends. Yeah, it's more like they park that car because they have their own car. But I would say I would even say kind of the happiness, you know, maybe because of wealth, but just kind of the happiness has really changed from being quite sad. And I think because of money and, you know, there was no nice, you know, not so many nice places to go, you know, now, you know, very hard to go to the movies on a Friday night, very hard to go kind of anywhere. So I think the change has really been in just the I wouldn't say the dynamics, because they were all always entrepreneurial and, you know, plenty of people running, but I would just say this a little bit more happy now, let's say. Or a lot more. And, you know, looking a little, you know, even if they're not rich, if they were, you know, let's say more from despair because nothing was happening to, and there in '94, a lot was already happening, but I'm saying the general public, to really like, wow, we can, oh, we got to catch up with Europe, which is 30 years ahead of us. No one says that now.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, so I would say it's really like, wow, we're way behind, and why are you even here, and how is this country ever going to make it? I heard not a lot of that, but I know it was there. To now, clearly we're at least as a group, we're the best, and the country is doing well. And if you look around the world, it's just a lot safer here.
Poland has a prime opportunity right now, and that is to show the world how to properly introduce immigration into a society to where it doesn't overbear anyone that's living in it, right? They have an opportunity to do it the right way and show everybody else how to do it. Because if you look at the US is deporting people because we have so much illegal immigrants. You look at France, you look at the UK, everybody's having these immigration problems because we just opened the gates and just let people come in. And now we're trying to backtrack to fix all of these issues that's arisen because of it. But the reason why Poland is so successful is because they're real strict with their immigration rules and regulations, right? And I get it. The European Union is trying to force it down their throats, trying to tell them what to do and whatnot. But I honestly, and I usually tell my Polish friends this, I believe Poland should fight for their rights. I believe they should fight for their country. They should fight for their religion, their way of life, like fight for it. But change is inevitable, right? We can't stop change, but we can show the world right now in Poland how to introduce immigration into a thriving society, right? I mean, there's some things that I thought about that could be introduced whenever you bring a new demographic into the environment, right? Number one, make sure they're legally, right, registered, signed up, and whatnot, and then even offer these individuals, like, I don't know what you would call them,
Classes or something.
yeah, like custom
Integration.
yeah, exactly, right. And just teach them about the culture, teach them about the people, teach them about the religion, their way of life, right? Because and this goes with religion, right? Like, you can't learn to love somebody or respect somebody if you don't know them, right? And that's so true. Like, if you introduce people into an environment and it's not theirs, and you don't teach them about the culture, the people, and whatnot, how are they supposed to respect them? They don't know them. So now it's up to this individual person to make that decision for themselves, whether I want to be part of your country or I'm just mad because I'm forced to be here because my country's going to shit. You see what I'm saying? So now you have a person that has an individual perspective, and they're going to decide what they want to do and how, if they want to make living here in Poland the best that they can. But if you introduce them into it like the right way, like we're talking about, give them classes and whatnot, right? They will find and hopefully learn to grow respect, hopefully learn to grow the love for the country, the people, and then hopefully find the purpose to be here. So maybe you might want to live here, right? So I think Poland has an amazing opportunity to do this and show the world how to do it right.
If you are in Warsaw and you are the capital of the country, I think it's still missing a lot of clubs and restaurants, high quality, if you compare to capital of other countries, you know. And but the evolution was like better quality of service, better quality of design, better quality of management, because,
service.
yeah, because people, they were going as well outside, so they can learn from other countries. They can use their culture in here as well to make it the way they want it to be. And in Warsaw, what we have, comparing to other cities that I don't know so good, there are clubs open since years, you know. If you speak like Mazowiecka, for example, Enklava is 25 years.
Yeah.
You have Dekada, which is like maybe even more. And that kind of club, they are still there on the market, even Bank.
Yeah.
Many years, yeah. And it shows that you have to be really strong to stay on the market, you know, because the newcomers I have seen during the years, they come 1 year, 2 years, and boom, it's finished. So what I learned as well, talking with the owners, is like, that's not their main business. The one who are staying in the business, that's not their main business. Right. So even if it's moving a little bit, they have maybe clubs, but they have restaurants, or they have, I don't know, they have car dealers, whatever, So but if it's your only business, I think that it would be difficult.
But when you look at Polish history, with all the wars that happened in Poland, it was the woman that held the house down. It was mama and babcia that raised the kids, that taught them about life, that pushed them forward, that held the country in entirety together. And this culture of like strong women kind of still stands today. You kind of hear like sometimes Polish men talk about their wives and stuff like this.
Right.
It seems like the women wear the pants. And like when you still look at it, mama and babcia are still kind of running the show in many cases from what I've observed, And so for me, this is the strength of like the strong Polish woman is like embedded in Polish culture. And it's so beautiful to see. I also see this like in like correlation to like Black culture, where the Black women really hold down the house. So, and you could also say the same for many cultures, but in Poland specifically, I see this time and time and time again. And so this type of strength is something that is inspiring, and it speaks to how they navigate the social situations. And you can see it just at home. Like just go for a Polish Christmas or Easter, and explore the dynamics.
And you have to fall in love with that idea, that concept of respect, that the mama and the babcia are running the show.
Yeah.
And embrace it and actually be appreciative.
And it's also like what creates home.
Right.
Because like it's not just working and bringing money. It's what is there to eat? How does the house look and feel? Like what fosters this feeling of family?
Good.
Number one, I'm not Black, I'm blue. Catch that.
All right.
The experience that I did have was, you understand empathy, correct? If you empathize with a group of people who don't like something, understand why. Don't blame them and say, oh, they're against me, they don't like me. You sound like a crybaby, by the way. Stop complaining about what happens in Poland and leave if you don't like it. I'm going to say that. How about that? The reason I say that, bro, is because the negative experiences that I felt or experienced, even if they were really difficult for me to go through, what I learned is people are afraid. I would be afraid too. Now, you saying if I didn't have this and I was a little bit more minimal, are you bringing value to this country? Because the men that I've met protect their family. They protect their country. They protect their culture. They protect their traditions. And as an American, we don't do that. There's only few of us who really genuinely give a flying fluck about who we are as a people in the States. We're all trying to have this branded box that way. Oh, but I'm this and I'm that. It's like, bro, take all of those titles from being trans, gay, bi, confused, Black, Asian, weird, fat, ugly. Bro, you are human. And I understood them as humans. So the weirdest and most difficult part was when I got maced. I got maced, by the way. And I knew it was a setup after the situation. Before, I thought they just wanted to say hello. And I got maced. I've never been maced before, but I was angry. And I realized it's up to me how I respond. So what is beautiful when I meet people who may seem a little aggressive, I like to throw them off with a smile or a joke. Like, bro, I'm going to be light. First of all, I'm not afraid of you, player. Like, you might beat me up, bro, but we're going to have some work to get busy then, bro. You're going to have to knock me out, boy. Whether or not that individual has a negative, not approach, but let's say thought process. I'm looking for the word, not connotation.
Judgment?
Judgment.
Yeah.
Negative judgment. If I didn't have this persona, it's mostly because of their own idea or experience that's not their own of people of color, okay? Most of the time when I see kids in the street who look at me like this, that's the first time they've seen someone like that. And I find that to be so beautiful. The second one is when I get to meet and dance with elderly people in Poland who talk to me in Polish as if I understand. I'm like, no tak, no. I have no idea what she's saying, but she's having a great time and she's experiencing someone like me. Most of the time they see it on TV, magazines, or something outside of themselves. So being me in real life, hell yeah, it's gonna shake you a little bit. I'm like, yo, what the? And then the last one, bro, you know you mad because your girl looking at me, bro. Don't be mad at me. I said, don't be mad at me. Tell your girl to stop looking. I'm only here to play. I don't want her, bro. You can have her. Keep her. Take care of her.
Honestly, being gay in Poland is not an issue. Not an issue for me. I feel like people in the villages, more suburban, secluded areas, yeah, I can feel a lot of empathy for people growing up there who are gay, and they know everyone's name in the city, in the town, everyone's name in the village, and their family name is everything to them. And they're very religious. So I can definitely empathize. I had the same situation growing up. But I live in Warsaw. I've lived in Sopot. There's tourists. There's different nationalities. It's just a bunch of different people. And with diversity comes more acceptance. It just happens. It doesn't matter where I am. If I feel like if I'm being a good person, people are going to like me. It doesn't matter if you're gay or straight or whatever. I know a lot of gay people that are so mean, like just so mean. And they give us a bad name.
Right.
They just give us a bad name. The same way a player that plays all the girls and has sex and dumps her off and, you know, promises the world but secretly has a wife, gives men a bad name, like straight men. There's always someone ruining your...
A bad fish.
Yeah. They're just ruining your group image.
What you just heard is not a campaign. It's not propaganda. It's the human experience of living in Poland. Some love it, some struggle with it, but every voice matters. Warsaw Confidential exists for this very reason, to hold space for stories that are often ignored, to challenge stereotypes, and to remind us that beyond politics, we are all just people trying to belong. So keep the comments coming. Defend, debate, disagree, but also listen. Because in the end, conversation is the only way forward. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.